When Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico in 2017, it wasn't just the strongest storm to hit the island in 85 years. It was a wake-up call. What followed wasn't just a natural disaster, but an environmental crisis with consequences that are still unfolding today. With winds over 155 miles per hour and over 30 inches of rain in some areas, Maria knocked out power for months and crippled essential infrastructure. But beyond the headlines, the storm also devastated ecosystems, poisoned water sources, and collapsed the island's fragile waste systems. Understanding this environmental aftermath is critical, not just for Puerto Rico's future, but for communities around the world facing more frequent climate disasters.
Este es el piso del segundo piso, ya está casi a punto de subir. Estamos atrapados.
Blue tarps were given to homeowners without roofs. It was meant to be a 30-day fix, however, they're still visible around the island today. According to the New England Journal of Medicine, homes experienced an average of 11 months without electricity, 68 days without water, and 41 days without mobile service.
Hurricane Maria ripped through Puerto Rico 3 weeks ago, and residents are still in need of food and clean drinking water, and the island is on the verge of a public health crisis. At least 45 people have died since the storm hit, and the devastation from the storm has caused lingering problems for people all across Puerto Rico.
The hurricane destroyed water treatment plants and contaminated natural water sources. For weeks, thousands relied on unsafe water. Over 30% of Puerto Ricans had no access to clean water in the immediate aftermath. This led to a surge in waterborne diseases and tragically deaths across the island. One survivor said you had to boil water in the dark or just drink it and hope for the best.
Assesses his losses.
Yo tenía 14,000 matas de plata.
I had 14,000 plantain plants, and I lost them all, big and small. I also had 58 heads of cattle, and there are 18 that I can't find. They must have drowned when the river overflowed.
Maria ripped through 30% of Puerto Rico's forests and destroyed 80% of crops. Farmers lost entire harvests of coffee, bananas, and plantains, crops that are deeply tied to both the island's economy and culture. According to the Puerto Rican Department of Agriculture, the storm caused approximately $2 billion in agricultural losses that many farmers never got compensated for. With waste facilities destroyed and roads blocked, garbage piled up, becoming both a health hazard and environmental threat. Toxic debris leaked into soil and waterways, which affected the recovery of agriculture as well. The island generated an estimated 6 million cubic yards of disaster debris. That is enough trash to fill 43 football fields. Managing the waste became one of the biggest recovery challenges that Puerto Rico faced. In the face of hardship, Puerto Ricans stepped up. The government struggled to provide adequate support. They somehow mismanaged $257 million after the hurricane. The government brought 20,000 pallets of water bottles after the water crisis, but was too lazy to bring them into the city. The water sat on a restricted naval tarmac, leading to the water rotting in the sun for months.
He's still facing backlash for touting his handling of devastating Hurricane Maria, insisting his administration did an unappreciated great job in Puerto Rico and calling the mayor totally incompetent.
Puerto Rico was an incredible, unsung success.
Maria killed nearly 3,000 people, making it one of the deadliest hurricanes in modern American history.
However, there were other organizations that were willing to help, often without receiving any federal aid. As a result, recovery efforts have increasingly emphasized renewable energy, such as solar microgrids and sustainable agriculture practices that protect natural resources while supporting local economies. These initiatives signal a shift towards a more environmentally conscious and self-sufficient future. Hurricane Maria exposed the vulnerabilities of a changing climate, but it also revealed the strength of people. Puerto Rico's environmental recovery is a story of resilience, innovation, and hope. As we face more powerful storms, wildfires, and rising sea levels, Puerto Rico stands as a reminder that we must act sustainably together and now.